Okay, so I'm going to be starting this tutorial where you get to make a ship, fly around. It's going to be like this one, where you get to make a ship pawn and fly around. And it's going to be pretty cool. Let me give an example real quick. So let's just keep rolling until I get there. Get an example. This can be in third person or first person, doesn't matter. Where we can get a ship pawn, possess it while we're under the ship, and fly around, rotate, all kinds of stuff. And we can press B to drive, we can press space to drive faster, and stuff like that. Now the docking, the earth, and all that stuff I'm not going to do. I'm just doing the ship pawn. I'm going to do space, and I've already done the tutorial on gravity volume, so I'm going to send you over there too. But this is going to be fairly easy, I think. Or it's going to be a little long, but it's going to be fairly easy. Because I imagine you want to build a space game if you're making this game pawn. Doesn't mean I have to teach you absolutely everything, but I'm definitely going to teach you the basics on how to possess the pawn, how to fly the pawn, and all those other good stuff. So we're going to just do one with starter content. Let's see, we're still rolling. Yep, we're going to do one with starter content, and we're going to get the third-person character blueprint. We could do first person, doesn't matter. Get one of these two blueprints, third person or first person. Okay, and I'm gonna name it. I'm just gonna call it Ready to Fly. Reference. And we're gonna create. Okay, and while that's making, I'm gonna just show you how to make a pawn real quick, or not a pawn, oh, that made pretty fast. I'm going to show you how to make one of these things. So I'm going to delete real quick. All you got to do, just open up your Blender or whatever 3D program you use. Get a sphere. I made mine 100 by 100, and I'm going to make the S by by X. So you got to press S, X, 4, S, Y, 3, S, Z, 2, 1. We exported this, and we're going to go to blueprints. Sorry, go to content. Alright, so there's two ways we can do this. We are going to make it space. In space. You could have a landscape and all that other good stuff, but if you do that, make sure this is lifted up all the way up into the atmosphere, because this is supposed to be in space, technically speaking. So let me add my kill zone to be negative 1 billion, 1 million, something big number, so I don't die when I fly low. And what else I want to do is we're going to get the third person blueprint. We're going to go into blueprint and we're going to add a new folder. We're going to call it pawns. Now you could technically go into content and just add a new folder and call it pawns, but mine is really cluttered and with lots of folders, so I do this in the third person blueprint because I know my third person character or first person character is going to possess these pawns. And then I'm going to add another new folder and I'm going to call it ship, because it's going to be the ship pawn. And then I'm going to add the blueprint class pawn, and this is going to be called ship or whatever you want to name it. You just know it's ship because it's inside the ship pawn. It's a flying thing. We're going to save this. Spacecraft, whatever you want to call it. Just know that this is the thing that's going to fly. Okay, and right now our pawn is nothing. So we want to make it something. Alright, so let's get into it by double clicking on it. Our pawn is nothing. We're going to add a new component. It's going to be a static mesh, and we're going to call it body. Because it's going to be the body of the ship and everything parented to it is going to be parented to it. It's going to be like the wings. Well, the wings on my ship are parented to it, so that works. I'm actually going to import that thing I exported, the example. You can create your ship however you want, but you go into Documents, FBX Files, Open. I said this was the ship root. Open, boom, import all. Just making sure we're still rolling. Alright, and then I'm going to save this, and I'm going to throw it into here. This is my ship root. Let's make sure it's bigger than our character. Yeah, it's bigger. It's bigger than the character. Cool. Alright. As long as it's bigger than the character, it'll be fine for this tutorial. Now, likewise, we can destroy our character, hide, and collision, and hide all the other good stuff, and teleport our character, but the way I'm doing this one is we're going to attach our character inside the ship, which will be a better pawn for our ship because of a couple reasons. Now, it has no material on it, so I'm actually going to get some material for it. So, starter content, materials. Let's just add this as, well, yeah, it did not wrap right, but fine. We're going to use this as the material. Okay, and blueprints, pawn, ship. I don't want to just throw it out there and then save. Now this isn't really beautiful, but it's going to get the job done for us. So, couple things we want to add. I want to add. We both want a box collision. Trust me, you're going to want it. And this box collision is going to be the ready question mark. Am I ready? Basically. And we'll do it 10, 10, 10. Let's see if we're still rolling. We did it 10 by 10 by 10. That box collision is now going to be, I don't know, the forward-ish part of the ship, and we can make it a little higher in the ship in case we want to enter it from the top. But it's going to sit approximately right there in the forward-ish part. Alright, so but I don't care about the blueprints tutorial. Give me a sec. Sorry about that. I had to close that. And then I'm going to add a sphere. This sphere is going to be smaller than the ship. You don't have to add this sphere, it's just telling me where the front is. And we're going to say the sphere is right there. And the sphere is there to tell me where the cockpit is, basically. Hold on. What the fuck is it still going? Of course. Alright, cool. And then we got our little bitty cockpit thing. It's not the best looking cockpit, but it's a cockpit. So, alright. You don't have to add that. That was just me adding it, and I'm going to attach it to body, which is now the root. And now I can see where the front of the ship is. If I press play, I can see where the front is. It's right there. Cool. A couple other things we're going to do. So I'm actually going to drag this over here. So if I want, I can dock it from the stairs. And I'm going to go ahead. You don't have to. I'm going to delete my Skysphere blueprint. I'm going to delete my atmospheric fog blueprint. That should make everything look dark. Alright, cool. And let's just see where we're at. Alright. So now we're going to go to our event graph. Let me just go ahead and tell you, you won't need any of this stuff right now. And we will get our ready, and we'll do an event. Let's do on component or actor. We might do it on component. Yeah, it's on component, begin overlap. File, save. Because actor's in there. Alright, cool. And we're going to add a new blueprint class called interface. And this blueprint class is going to be called is_ready. We're going to go into our interface and name it is_ready, because I found that interface is pretty simple to use. And then we're going to go to class settings, add the interface in our interfaces, and we're going to put is_ready. There it is. And then we're going to say compile save, and then we're going to go to other actor is_ready message. We'll compile and save. We also want to test this, so we're going to take our body and we're going to set material. This is just for testing, this isn't for anything else. And the test material will be hex tile. It'll be pulse, so it'll start pulsing and it'll look different. It'll be a different color. Now what we can do is go into our third person blueprint and let's add the isReady interface in interfaces. After you press class settings, add the button over here. isReady is actually right here. I don't have to type it in. I will. You can type it in if you want to. And then add a is_ready event. This basically covers every problem that you're going to have with get all actors of all classes and stuff like that. You don't have to do that. You can even get actors with interfaces if you want to be discriminatory, but we're going to do this event, and we're going to test it real quick first. So let's see if it changes when we collapse. Okay, there we go. And now it's changing. Now it's working. It's working. Alright, cool. And now go to ship and add a new event and overlap. File save. We're going to do the same thing for testing purposes. Control W on our end overlap. Save. We're also going to add a new event or interface, and we're going to say is underscore not underscore ready. And this will be called is underscore not underscore ready. And that'll fix all other problems. So real quick, we're going to go to our ship. We're going to add from other actor. Nope. We're going to go to class settings. We're going to add our is underscore not ready. And we're going to compile save. And then we can add our is underscore not ready message. And then we can hit this, and then that show me what it's doing. We're going to do, again, m underscore tech tile for testing. And for this one, we'll also go to class settings, add our is underscore not ready. There it is not ready. Save. And then from here, we'll add two variables. No, we'll add one variable. My bad. We'll only have one variable. We'll have one variable, and it's going to be called ready. It's going to be a Boolean variable for branch reasons. File save, and we're going to do a set, and we're going to set it to ready, and then with the not ready, we're going to do it is underscore not ready. Event is not ready. That's kind of ironic. File save, and then we'll grab our ready, and then we'll grab our set, and we'll grab this, and we'll just do set it to not ready, or yeah, inactive, whatever you want to call it. And now we'll test that real quick. Should change colors when I'm inside. Should change colors when I leave. That tells me where I can access my ship. And then I should be able to access it from the stairs. Yep. Alright, cool. Now, let's add possess keys. Let me go find my ship. Let's add some possess keys. Alright. Still rolling? Alright, cool. We're going to go to the third person character. I'm actually going to name this something. Ready? To possess. Save. I'm going to add a key, K, or I'm going to type in keyboard, and then I'm going to look for the E key for enter. E for enter, right there. Alright, cool. File save, and then on E we want to do something. So from pressed, let's get a branch going. So branch, and the condition has to be ready. So get ready, and then boom, condition has to be ready. If ready is true, then what we want to do is possess. Second, let me look for possess. P-O-S-S-E. We don't want the event, we want the function possesses. Boom. If ready is true, we want to possess this, and we want to possess it with the player controller, so type in get player controller. And if this is true, we want to get a pawn. We named our pawn ship. We might cast to ship, but then we have to name an object, so we might have to create a new variable. But what I'm going to do is, to make my life easy, I'm going to cast to pawn. Cast to pawn default as default cast to pawn get all actors with interface. This will save me, and then also you can name things with interfaces. So if you wanted to give, it's not the best use, but if you wanted to give a ship a tag, but you don't want to really use tags, you use something more hard, like interfaces. So I could use the interface is ready, and then I can do it a copy, and this will only work if I'm over the overlapping collision box. So okay, hold on, I'm doing something wrong here. Okay, maybe that'll work. That'll compile properly without an object. There's something I'm doing wrong here. Let's compile this. Oh, I got my context off. Context. Let me pause for a second. Okay, so I see what I did wrong. So if this happens, we want to get all actors of class. I was grabbing the wrong thing. And then we can name our ship pawn, and that will, without needing to cast to ship, we can connect with a get a copy. Should be able to connect with a get a copy. Boom. Alright, there we go. That should work. Alright, cool. Alright, let's test this. We're ready, and we're not doing anything. We're not possessing anything. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong thing. Alright, we possessed the pawn. I was pressing K instead of E. Okay. We possessed the pawn. We can't unpossess it because we haven't did anything for it yet. So, second. Press play again, and try this again. So there's one thing I want to do with the cockpit. That doesn't matter. I'll make a camera for it and stuff anyways. So we can now possess our ship, which we're gonna start making stuff for, and we can unpossess it. Let's do the unpossessing part, and then we'll end this part of the tutorial and go to part 2, which is possession. I guess part 1 is possession. So now what we want to do is, on a whim, go back to our third person character. So what we're going to do is look for the keyboard key E. Keyboard key A, E, save, and we're going to do on pressed get all actors of class. We're going to get our third or first person character. We're going to get a copy. We're going to possess, which we have to possess out of context. And then we're going to go from target and get player controller. And we're going to connect this node, and that should compile and save. Now I'm going to name this comment possess. Now we're going to press play, go to our ship, which is going to change colors, press E again to go back to the character. Sorry, I pressed the wrong key. Alright, so, and if we step out, I can press E all day long, it won't possess it. We step back up to it, it will possess it. But we need to work on getting our character inside the ship and getting the ship moving. So I'm going to end on possession on part 1, and we're going to do part 2 controls. Okay.